All right, well, I'll go ahead and get started. As I said, I'm Ashley Fave with Infant Massage USA. I'm the executive director. This is probably one of my favorite events is the season of nurturing because we all get to come together to hear a lunch break story and be inspired and lifted up about these inspirational stories of how infant massage and nurturing touch has impacted people, right? Um, and during the season of nurturing, this is where we focus on the funds will be going towards our SEED program, which is scholarships that reach those who are underserved. And we provide scholarships of Infant Massage USA education to them free of charge. And we are almost at $900. We would like to get to at least $1,400 total. So that will provide 2 scholarships for people to get free trainings, right? And I just want you to know that even though we give away 7, each quarter, about 20 people ask. So that is 20, 40, 60, 80 people a year are asking for the scholarship. And we would love, love to be able to provide that. Um, and I just want to let you know that there is a difference going on when people go into their community and they're teaching, nurturing touch to the parents. It's sparking a change in the world. So that is what Infant Massage USA, this season of nurturing campaign is about. And Stephanie just put in the chat of our Give Butter campaign where you can donate. Also, anyone who donates over $100 will be recognized at our annual conference that we have in June, and just to say thank you. And I'm going to admit a few more people. Okay. And I want to thank Dr. Mary Kay Keller, who spoke last week. I hope a couple of you were able to watch and listen and learn from her. She's always inspiring. And this week, we have Teresa, who is our second event this season is a virtual break stories with Teresa Phelps, the founder of Restoration Shoppe. She is a life coach, infant massage educator, and grief specialist. She is dedicated to supporting women and families through their personal journeys with a passion for positive transformation. Teresa specializes in helping clients navigate life challenges and discover their full potential. So welcome, Teresa.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to share. Infant massages has been since 2017, something that's been really near and dear to my heart, because even years later, I'm able to share it with my 9-year-old. It all started with, so we're a blended family, and when my older 2 were about 9 and 10, I was looking at them one day and I started getting really sad. And I was like, why am I getting sad? And then I started thinking, oh, they're going to be leaving the nest soon, and it's just going to be my husband. I was like, oh, and I just love my kids. So I started talking to my husband about it. And I said, hey, do you want to try for one? And he's like, yes, of course. Right. So I thought, you know what? I'm older. I'm wiser. I got this parenting thing down. Well, when at my 5-month doctor's appointment, so my first daughter was born by C-section, which wasn't planned, and it was very unexpected. And of course I had my my healing challenges then, but this time around I really wanted to go for a natural birth. And at my 5-month checkup, my doctor said, you know what, if you want to try natural, then you need to find another doctor. And I was devastated. And so I was just in a place where I felt like, this is my only option, because this is my doctor and I trust her and I already built a rapport with her. So I just kind of prepared the rest of the remaining months just, for a C-section. But I thought, you know what, I've had a C-section. So at least, I could look forward to my second daughter sleeping at a certain point. I can look forward to breastfeeding to connect with her. But those things didn't happen. When I went in for my C-section, I had an adverse reaction to the antibiotics that they gave me. And then, of course, they gave me other things to kind of help with it. And it was just very traumatic because, my
Not what
husband
you
thought
planned.
no,
Yeah.
it's not what I planned. And my husband thought I was going to die. And
Oh,
then, yeah, because I could not breathe. I could not, my chest was hurting. And so, yeah, so then they gave me things to counteract that. But yeah, so going in thinking that, okay, it's just going to be this, this procedure that we're going to get through, but then I'll be good because the last time, yes, it was challenging, but I got through it. So then it was just, I don't remember being in recovery. My husband has pictures and I don't remember that. All I
no
remember is being,
memory.
yeah.
Did you like suppress it?
I have no, I was just so drugged up that I don't,
Yeah.
yes. So I don't remember any of that. Like he has a picture of our daughter like on my chest and I still don't remember that to this day. All I remember is being wheeled into our recovery room and like just throwing up and like along the way. And then when we went to childbirth classes, we were told we were going to get a private room, which, some way, somehow, I guess everybody was having babies and all the private rooms were already taken. So they brought me into this huge room. And there was 4 other families in there and we were all divided by curtains. So
4 families.
4 other families in this huge room divided by curtains. So we could hear everything. It was soccer season. So it's families watching soccer. This other couple, they didn't, they weren't even, they didn't even know if they were going to be, parents together or separate. So we could hear everything. But in my mind, again, being older and wiser, I can handle this. No, it was nothing that I went into, nothing that I expected. And then when we went home, I had more challenges healing. I had challenges breastfeeding. I had challenges with sleep, right? So I figured my older daughter slept amazing starting at 3 months, 12 hours through the night, 3-hour naps during the day. So I was looking forward to that. Didn't
Nice.
happen. When we had a little bit of issues breastfeeding, but I got through it. I pushed through it with my older daughter. But my younger daughter, it was like my body just kind of failed me. I felt like my body failed me because I could not produce and it became an obsession. And it was just like all these different things, the sleep, the breastfeeding, the not being able to connect with her like I thought I could. And this lasted over 9 months. So she would sleep about 3 hours at a time. And then just getting back to a different kind of life. Because before my daughter, I didn't need checklists. I didn't need reminders. I just did things. I just like, you know what? You don't have to tell me twice. It's done. Like, and my husband used to call me Superwoman. And but I was not Superwoman. I found my kryptonite and there's a point where I started thinking, you know what, did we make a mistake? But I knew in my heart that wasn't true. It was just the shame and the judgment that I had towards the situation
Right.
that that all these things, my body failed me and I just couldn't get back to where I was. And it was so hard. So there's a point where my daughter's late one night, my daughter's crying. She cried with me a lot. And now I know, it was because of my anxiety. It was because of what I was feeling and she was feeling it too. So
They're
one night,
interconnected.
oh yeah. Oh, definitely. So I just gave her to my husband. I grabbed my car keys and I just left. And in my mind, I was thinking, I'm never coming back here. I had a plan. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm leaving and I'm never coming back.
You had reached that point. Yeah.
Reached that point. So I started driving late that night and I'm just bawling.
Oh.
And yeah, I reached like towards the end of the freeway where it just kind of like there's just open freeway and there's this last exit before then. And I just heard, turn around, it'll be okay.
Oh.
And I was like, so I took the exit, turned around, got home, snuck in and went to my backyard and just cried some more. And
Yeah.
I just thought, you know what, if I could just get some sleep at this point, if I could just get some sleep, things will get a little better. So I look for a sleep coach just to help us. Because,
Mhm.
people say, oh, it's just a phase. Oh, they'll grow out of it. And no, that's not necessarily true all the time. Sometimes it could be that, but sometimes there are things that we can do to help with sleep. So then I started helping families with sleep. And the more families I worked with, I realized there was that key of connection that was missing, right? Parents were
Mhm,
missing
mhm.
sleep cues. They were missing just different things because they, there's some reason that that connection wasn't there, where we weren't being observant, or we're not taught to be observant of certain things, and then to realize that each kid is different.
Right. That's the yes, each
Yeah,
kid is
each
completely different.
kid, yes. So and my daughter was a little older at that time. She was about 2.5. And I found Infant Massage USA. I was like, this is amazing. And I dove in. And even though my daughter was a little older, I was still able to practice the techniques on her. I was still
Mhm.
able to share with her and connect with her in a different way and be
It's
able to,
beautiful.
because even though some time went by, I didn't still feel connected. I still felt a disconnect. I still felt those feelings like it was like stress and anxiety. And then, of course, the judgment like, you're a mom, this is what you do.
Mhm.
And you're supposed to automatically connect with them when they're born. And if it's a traumatic experience like the one I had, then you know what, that's kind of not, that's not realistic to have in my mind at that point, because we didn't really have the bonding. If I compare it with my older daughter, right, we didn't
Right.
have
Right.
that. So being able to use the massage and being able to use the techniques on her, and like I said, just being, even though she was older, I was able to just kind of sit there with her and rub her feet or rub her legs. And then, as she grew older, she understood that these things were helpful.
Mhm.
So as she's grown up, I've been able to use it for stomach aches. So she's 9.5 now, and she'll come to me, Mom, my stomach hurts. So I'll do the technique, the stomach technique.
I love that. I love that.
When she has congestion, I'm able to do the techniques on her. She'll ask me to, or I'll just like listen to, allergy season is crazy out here in Tennessee. So when she starts, having some congestion, I'll be like, come here. She's not very fond of those, but she knows they help her. So
They
she'll do,
work.
all right, come on. Right.
So
Or
was
even,
there a moment, like, sorry to interrupt.
oh, it's okay.
Was there a moment when she was 2.5 and you started it that started infant massage strokes? Was there a moment where you're like, this is building the connection even more, right? Like building that bridge that you had, or was it just over time you saw it happening?
As I did it with her, and I didn't really think it'd work with her being older and not having this introduced into her life at an early age. um I felt like it was more for me,
Mhm.
because as I did some show, even if it was just on her feet or her legs, right, it was calming
Right.
for me. And if it was calming for me, then I know it was calming for her, because I see, um in our lives, we can look at, how a baby responds. And if they're kind of anxious or whatever, then we can look at the parents and see, what's bringing, are you stressed? Are you anxious? Well, what's going on in your life? What kind of changes are you having, so that they can start being aware of those things too. And so when we calm ourselves down, then, our kids pick up on that stuff. And so when it started helping me connect better with her and realize that, she's not a problem. She's not an issue. It's just this experience that we had together
Right.
that I needed to heal from. So as I continue to do the techniques with her, it was healing for me, and to be able to connect with her, like in my mind, what a mom should connect, or who, like me as a mom, should connect with my kids. It helped me, like you said, to build that bridge, to have more confidence, and to realize that my stress becomes her stress. And, just to be able to calm me, and be a better parent, and be able to choose how I respond to her, because
I
I
love
am,
that.
yeah, because I
And
am better connected, right?
yeah, and I think that it kind of gave you an outlet or a tool to use to help build that connection,
For
right? And
sure.
just for you as a mom, right? I love that you're a CM and you're a mom, right? And so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you could see it through like both lenses,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
it is pretty amazing, because sometimes we think that we can't use the techniques as they get older, but my daughter still loves foot massages. I'll be driving down the street, or I'll be driving and she's in the back, and she'll just plop her feet on the console. Mom, can you give me a foot massage? I'm like, no, not right now. So, even as she gets older, she knows these things, and she'll ask um, for them, because she's more aware of, like, how, what kind of body sensation she's having. Oh, my stomach hurts. Or even, this hurts, mom, can you help me? And that she can come to me and ask me for some kind of relief, for, some kind of attention, some kind of connection. And I don't think we'd have that if I didn't have infant massage.
that's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing
Mhm.
your story.
Mhm.
Um, do you feel like your other daughters or children, do you feel like they relate to you in the same way or differently because you used infant massage with your youngest? I'm just curious.
Um,
Sorry to put you
I
on the
think,
spot.
oh, no, 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 it's okay. It's okay. I think because it was really a rough situation for all of us,
Yeah.
right? No
Yeah.
one wants to see a family member struggle,
Hmm.
and especially if it's a parent, because the kids really don't, they know something's going on, but they don't truly understand that, I'm snappy because I'm tired and I hurt. And, for me to be able to share that with them, I'm the parent, you know,
Great.
like, it was just a very painful learning situation for all of us. But I think when I started, um, the infant massage, I was able to connect with them differently as well, because, learning that touch, and it doesn't have to be massage for the older ones, could be a
Yeah.
hug, or just sitting next to them shoulder to shoulder, or just being able to communicate, because massage isn't just about the techniques, it's about communicating. Hey, you know
Exactly.
what? Asking permission, and then sharing why these things are important. And people ask me sometimes, well, or they say, you know, she's just 2 months. I'm like, you know what? I think she understands in her own way, right?
She
When we start
understands
to,
love.
right, 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 right. So it did help me with my older two, to be able to begin sharing the things
Mm.
that were going on, and to really reassure them that it was nothing they did. It was just a very unexpected situation. And really, when I look back on it, being a grief specialist now, that I was grieving. I was grieving my expectations as a mom. I was grieving my body, and my ability to have a child naturally, or to breastfeed, or to sleep, or just all these different things that was in that situation. It was, I look back and I'm like, I could have had more grace for myself, but sometimes we're in a situation, we can't
Yeah.
see, we really can't see at, like, every aspect. So
Well, I think that is beautiful that you're able well, maybe not. I think being able to look at it now and see, you know what, I should have had more grace for myself, right? And like, but in that moment of when you were, you know, at the lowest point, you were like, you know what, let me look at other ways of connection, right? And you know, that you know, fell into infant massage and just were able to use that to build that bridge with your daughter. And thank you for sharing that story. I feel like it's so inspiring, and you're an inspiration, someone who is able to, you know, pull themselves back up and just use what you took from life and share with others, right? Especially in your line of work too.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. Can I add something else too?
of course, please.
So, you know, it wasn't just that I was able to pick myself up by myself. I had to seek support. I had to get to a point where I I needed somebody else. And the community with Infant Massage USA, it was, you know, there's nothing like it. It's just an instant family. And the training that I had in Tucson, Arizona, the women that were there with me, just to be able to share that experience and to see, as I went through the certification, how moms were able to connect better with their babies, and just to be able to help somebody else, you know, either continue that communication or connection that they had, or to even understand that this is possible, that they can have a really good relationship, even if the birth and the experience and all that was challenging.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Who was your trainer? I'm just curious.
Uh, Olga Morris, I believe.
Ah, I
Yes,
love Olga.
yes, yes,
Yeah, we love
yes,
all of our trainers, but
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
Well, thank you again. I just want to thank everyone who came, and if you guys have a question for her, please feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll pull those up while you guys are thinking about your questions. I just want to ask you again to please make sure, if you haven't already, to donate to our seed program. It is in the chat there for Season of Nurturing 2023. We would love to be able to give 2 scholarships away to those who are in need. And the scholarships are for people who are going into underserved communities. That is most likely BIPOC, and also immigrant communities as well. And I can tell you that I've already seen the difference in a lot of the families. And I wanted to share with you the SEED scholarship, so you might know a little bit more about it.
Having this scholarship is really important because, especially in the communities that I work with a lot of communities of color, immigrants, people who don't normally have this experience. And we have a lot of providers that are working with these communities, but they also don't have the background, the knowledge, or any sort of training to bring these things. And these parents are wanting something to do with their children. They are wanting that connection. They're wanting to provide the best life that they can have. They just don't have the tools. And this scholarship really opened up doors for me, because for me, now I'm able to take this out to different families, different populations, immigrants, everything in my community that I work with. Donate to the SEED Scholarship. We have tons of people out there that are in need of these services that we could be giving them to. Donate to the SEED Scholarship.
So I feel like that sums it up, what SEED is about. and we're getting our way to 2 scholarships. So I wanted to thank Teresa again for coming. And I want to let you know through the season of nurturing next week, we're going to have Kim, another one of our CMs, come and talk about how she was able to connect with her foster kids using infant massage. So be sure to show up next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on that one, right after she speaks, we're going to have a stroke review. So feel free to sign up for that as well. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful Friday, and we will be sending this out via an email with the recap as well. So thank you, everyone.